Transfer deadline day shut. Premier League is back. And Arsenal have made some more signings. Boy, this is your Arsenal transfer review and Premier League preview. So, first of all, I've got to start with welcome to Arsenal, David Luiz and Kieran Tierney. Mad. I mean, the Tierney one we know, I must have told you guys about every week for the past couple months that we're in talks with him, he's coming. And he's finally signed a deal worth about £25 million from Celtic. The left-back has joined Arsenal. And, that it's a deal we expected to happen, but needs to get over the line. Not all these deals do get over the line, and we managed to get Tierney over the line for 25 mil. I think he's a very good left back. I've seen him play. Every time I've seen him play, he looks good, and I think it may just help us at the back quite a bit on that side. Nacho's coming to the end of his career. Kolasinac. More of a wing back, so Tierney coming in at left back could really help us at the back. And then, of course, I told you again we were in talks with a centre back, and that it always looked likely that a centre back would come into Arsenal. And then about 24 hours before the window closed, David Luiz just said, "Yo, listen, Arsenal, you want a centre back? I'm your man. It's not working out at Chelsea. I want to move. Like, let's go. Let's have a conversation." And boy, he had a conversation, and 2-2's now £8 million later, he's an Arsenal player. And, and I'm not jumping on this bandwagon about Luiz, he's not good enough, because I backed him when he was at Chelsea. I backed him all the way through, even up until last season. I said he was an underrated player last season. I'm not jumping on and saying he's sick now because he plays for Arsenal. I've always said it. I've always liked him. I think he needs another centre-back next to him. Whether Socrates or Holding can be that guy, we'll wait and see. But especially when he played in that free in that season under Conte with Aspie, was it Cahill? He just looked solid. Like, he looked like he could have freedom to run back, but he was winning every header, every challenge. He's a Brazilian. He brings a bit of flair to his game, and he's a leader. He's a leader. Like, as much as you can say whatever you want about him, as erratic he can be at the back, he's 32 years old. He's a Champions League winner. He's a Premier League winner. He's come with bags of experience. Bags of it. And he's coming to help Arsenal, get back to where we were. And I think he may not have the armband for the season, but listen, he's going to come and bring in some mad leadership. And it's going to help. It has to help people like Holding and Chambers and Mavropanos and these young centre-backs coming in. Saliba that comes in next year. It's huge to have David Luiz in. And now for one, I'm happy about it, man. I guess, obviously, overall, for a quick transfer review, obviously, we signed Nicolas Pepe. We signed Saliba and sent him back to St Etienne on loan. We signed Danny DeBayo. And we signed Martinelli. And for me, best window we've had in years, and probably the best window in the Premier League this season. Broken our transfer record on Nicolas Pepe. Don't even need to really tell you much more about that. That says it all, really. Signed the centre-back who we needed. Signed the left-back who we needed. Martinelli, a young striker coming in. We're yet to see what happens with him. And, well, essentially we signed two centre-backs because Saliba's coming next year. So, good times at Arsenal right now, man. Everyone's happy, everyone's buzzing. But of course, they've got to be done on the pitch. You got to put these performances now right on the pitch and show other teams that we're here, we mean business, and we're here to, try and disrupt some of that top four that were there from last season. We were very close last year. Messed it up ourselves. I said this at the time. It was all in our hands and we messed it up. So this year is our time now. It's Emery's time. After the money that he spent, 138 million in total, from a £45 million budget, this is it. And again, in the other direction, Koscielny left. Less said about him, the better. And the big one that came in was Alex Iwobi. £40 million bid came in right at the end of the transfer window. I think it maybe go down to about 34 with 5 million in add-ons or whatever it is. But he's completed the deal to Everton. Now, there's a lot of people split on Iwobi. Is he good? Is he bad? Right now, he doesn't play for Arsenal, so I'm not too bothered about what everyone else sort of rates him and how he rates him. But I do have to say that he's a player who never really fulfilled his potential at Arsenal for me so far. You could argue he wasn't given that much of a chance. But I was here for 3.5 years and he didn't really do much. He scored about 3 goals a season. And at playing at this club, you need more than that. I said it a few weeks ago that I would have sold him for if an offer came in, and Arsenal obviously on the same wavelength that 35 million is too good to turn down. With Alex Iwobi. Yes, okay, maybe he wants to play in number 10 position. Maybe that's his better position. But at the end of the day, you have to play well in the position that you're played in and prove this that you can be our number one cam or winger, and he just didn't do it. He's got the potential to be good. I've always said it. He's got potential to be good, but it's about fulfilling that potential. And obviously, Arsenal don't believe he will end up filling the potential to be the number one winger. We want players not just to be able to come in and say, you know what, you've been great for the youth, you can now sit on our bench for the next 10 years. No, we want our young players to push the first team players for places. People like Reece Nelson, Emile Smith-Rowe, Eddie Nketiah, Willock. These guys need to be pushing the first teamers for places in that team. That's why they're there for. That's why they're there. Not just to make up the numbers, but to actually push these guys on. And if Iwobi's not doing that, you can go, mate. Sorry. But we wish him all the best. He's a gooner, been there for a long time. So we wish Big 1-7 all the best over there in Merseyside. Now, obviously we've got Newcastle this weekend. And you guys might have seen on the podcast that I've predicted Arsenal to finish 3rd place this season. I'm going to predict Aubameyang to be Arsenal's top goal scorer. You might not be surprised to hear. But listen, man, Arsenal's got to push on. And wasn't good enough last year to finish where we did in the league and not win the Europa League. You win the Europa League final as well. Don't forget, we had Champions League football in the palm of our hands and we threw it away. And this year we've got stronger. I know Spurs have got stronger. I know Man United have invested a bit in their defence. But Arsenal now need to step up the game. You spent your broken transfer record. People like Pepe has to come in now, integrate with the team and step up the game. And the other old boys that are there, obviously Ozil's still here at the club. People like Mickey still here at the club. We've got to push Arsenal on forward now. We can't just be sitting here laboured and trying to get through each game. And this is a big game in Newcastle away, man. Our away form hasn't been the best. It improved last year, but still needs a lot of work. We concede a lot of goals away from home as well. So let's hope David Luiz can come straight in and sort that out. He's actually had a good pre-season for Chelsea, so I actually wonder whether he might go straight into that starting lineup or not. In terms of obviously the injury news, Tierney, he's coming and he's injured. He won't be ready until September. That's typical Arsenal, that is. And then people like obviously Bellerin, Mavropanos and Holden are out injured. Ozil and Kolasinac have been involved in another security issue, so they won't be involved. But we got a good team. We got a good team available for tomorrow. I'll probably go Leno, Maitland-Niles, even though he was very sloppy in pre-season, and we need Bellerin back ASAP. But Bellerin, I would go straight with Socrates and David Luiz. I got no problem with that. Throw him straight in. Let's see what happens. Newcastle away. David Luiz knows the Prem inside and out, man. So to throw him in. And then I'd probably go with, we have to go with, I guess, Monreal at left back. And then I'll go in the middle with a 3, actually. I know there was a bit of a doubt about Debayo, but if he's fit, I'll go with Xhaka, Torreira and Debayo. So Torreira's only just back from international break, so I don't know how fit he'll be. Guendouzi came back a bit later as well, so it may be that Guendouzi starts and over Torreira. Pepe, I'm hearing he's not quite ready yet. Lacazette took a knock as well last week. So we could actually be quite thin on the ground here in this game, actually, if we don't have Laka or Pepe. But I believe one of them will play because I think we need it, really. So I'm going to go with front 3 of Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang and Pepe to start the game against Newcastle. And hopefully Laka can travel This is not me dropping Laka, by the way. This is just him having a knock. So yeah, we'll actually got to see what Emery formation Emery goes. I've gone 4-3-3 here. Obviously, if Ozil was available, it could have been a 4-2-3-1. So we still need to see what formation Emery's going to go with. Is he going to go 5 at the back? Chambers has obviously played a lot in pre-season as well, so he could go with a 5 at the back and play Maitland and Monreal on wing backs. But we'll wait to see what happens, man. It's been a good summer for Arsenal so far. But as I said, the Premier League's back and the performances need to happen on the pitch. Not long to go now. We'll see what happens, man. 3rd place finish for Arsenal could very well be. Let's wait and see. See you guys soon.